Hello, Pokemon lovers! You may have been wondering why I haven't talked about Pokemon Sun and Moon yet. After the announcements happened, I just needed some personal time to evaluate, to cry, to be happy, to look at various pictures of Rowlet being fucking adorable, and I thought it would be a good time to introduce my new series, The Week After, where I discuss news when it's no longer news. There's a few things I want to talk about regarding the latest Sun and Moon announcement, and I just wanted some time to look at all the different things that have been happening, look at all the theories, look at videos, listen to podcasts, and just engulf myself in the world of Sun and Moon. I want to talk about a few different things, and I'm just gonna lay it out here. First of all, I want to talk about the setting of the game and what I expect the setting of the game to be like when it actually comes out. The game setting is in a region called Alola. Well, obviously that is a massive Hawaii-themed name. Also, Hawaii-themed island. I have a slight issue with that. I'll tell you why. My first guess when nothing was announced yet was that the region was going to be based on Australia, which is a very varied country. It has cities, it has fucking forests, it has everything. Hawaii seems like there's not much of different things you can do with it, and I of course haven't been to Hawaii, so I don't know exactly what is in Hawaii, but you know, we've done the island theme, we've seen the palm trees and stuff like that, so I'm hoping that maybe they will at least get off the Hawaii theme in some way and bring some difference into the world. But there's one thing that I do really enjoy and that I really hope is gonna be back, and that is the fucking diving, because that was one of my favorite things. I love diving in Pokemon. I just think it's fun. I love the world. It always has really good music, and just the diving thing is awesome. I hope they can bring a thing where when you're diving you can see the Pokemon swimming around you and it just being epic in all types of ways. Diving, please bring it back. The neighbors are making a lot of noise. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's really annoying. I just couldn't put off the recording for any longer. So here I am. Because the region is obviously heavily based on Hawaii, you've noticed maybe that there's some family themes. There's two professor-looking people. There's an old guy and a younger guy. I'm guessing they're family. I think there's gonna be a heavy family theme in the new Pokemon, and that is a good thing because there's usually just a mom and then family is your Pokemon mainly. So I hope that they'll bring that out a little bit more in the new games. Another thing I've noticed in the trailer is that the characters actually look a little bit more human, less cartoonish, a little bit refreshing, and I noticed that it's slightly more a third-person view than a top view than even X and I were. So I'm hoping that it's just gonna have more of that third-person RPG feel that I really crave in a Pokemon game. I think that's what I want to say about the region. Apart from that, it of course looking so vibrant and colorful, and that is what I love. That's what I loved so much about X and Y, just the colors and the impressions and everything happening around you. That is cool. I'm excited for the region, Alola. Next up, I want to talk about the Pokemon that were announced. There's of course the two legendary Pokemon that don't have a name yet. There's a lion dude, don't know what that has to do with Hawaii, and a bat dude, which could have something to do with the bats that live on Hawaii. I don't even know if it's a bat. Is it a bat? I don't know what it is. Looks kind of epic though. I'm not a big legendary person. I like the legendaries. I usually catch them. I never use them. They're just in my box, chilling. I'm yeah, I got that legendary. Let's have fun and put it in a box. The legendaries aren't really my forte, but the only thing I usually like about them is the backstories, and I feel like these Pokemon can have a really cool backstory. I don't know anything about Hawaiian legends, but I hope there will be some type of theme there that brings it all together and makes it a whole. I'm just excited to hear more about the backstories of the legendary Pokemon. They kind of left us in the dark, which is a good thing because I don't like being spoiled too much trailer-wise. I mean, I want a little bit more, but I'm good for now. This was good. Of course, there's usually also a third legendary. Someone asked me about that, what do you think that's going to be? I have no fucking clue. We have a Sun and a Moon guy right now. Maybe a Uranus Pokemon? No. I don't fucking know. Maybe just Earth. What about an Earth Pokemon? Actually, we already had Groudon, but still, Earth Pokemon, who will bring the balance between the Sun and the Moon back into the world of Alola Pokemon. Next up, of course, there's the 3 starters that were announced, Rowlet, Litten, and Poplio, they are adorable as heck. Of course, I fell in love with Rowlet the second I saw it because it's so fucking adorable. I love owls and I love his little bow tie and I love everything about it. Like, I fell in love. Every time I see a picture of a Rowlet, I'm just like, you're mine now. Then there's Litten, the fire kitten who fucking uses Ember in a creepy ass way where it spits out hairballs covered in fire and it's like, yeah, here, have some hairballs thrown at you, enjoy, have fun. They may also leave a burn mark. And then there's Poplio, who is obviously a sea lion. I was reading Twitter, people were like saying, no, we already have like 3 seal lines, we already have like 2 seal lines and blah blah blah. Like, this Poplio is nothing like Sfeel or the seal or the seal line. It gives me a completely different vibe and I hope it won't be a water ice type because that would be kind of lame. What I think would be funny, like a water fighting type, because I think sea lions can be really fucking terrifying. I think they can like deliver a good punch. That's what I think. For Rowlet, grass flying it is. I wish it wasn't. I wish it was something different, but of course an owl flies. It makes sense. And then there's Litten, the fire kitten, who people are already thinking it's going to be fire and psychic or fire and ghost. Is that what they say? Fire and ghost, I think. I would like to see that, a fire and ghost starter, but honestly, I'm a big fan of like singular typing. I know that's not going to happen, but I love singular types. Like, they're just like focus on that one thing and they'll punch you with their water and stuff. There's also a speculation about the 3 starters, and I've been seeing this in a lot of different places about the 3 starters being circus-based, Rowlet being a ringmaster because he has a bow tie, then Poplio being the acrobat, and Litten being the fire breather. That is a cool concept. I like that. I hope that is actually true. What about an island that is filled with circus tents? Now, of course, there's already been like some leaks about the second evolutions for the starters. I am not a big fan of leaks. I try to avoid them as much as I can, but it seems to be impossible. I am not believing anything until I've had proof from Game Freak or the Pokemon Company. Like, I am People are thinking that the Litten may become a lion, but why would that happen when we already have a lion as a legendary Pokemon? I don't really see how that is, how that can happen. But you know, you never really know what's gonna happen. I've heard some speculations about a new typing that, like a light type. Don't feel like that's necessary, but it would look cool with the sun and moon theme, dark and light. We'll see. We don't need more types, is what I'm saying. We don't need them at all. Now I just want to talk about the new Pokemon that I'm hoping will be in the game or that people are already speculating about. First of all, I want there to be a surfboard Pokemon because Pokemon has lost all of its creativity after Gen 1, and you know what? If there can be an ice cream Pokemon, why not a surfboard Pokemon, am I right? No, literally, a surfboard Pokemon? I'm down. I'm down with that. I've heard of some tiki Pokemon, which would be really cool, but I've been doing research on Hawaiian wildlife, and there is not a lot of animals that are specific, like Hawaiian. Here's some things I really want to see, and I don't care if they're, like, part of the Hawaiian theme, but I would really like... for my phone to shut up. I would really like a platypus Pokemon. And not only because a platypus is pretty much already a Pokemon, but a platypus Pokemon. I mean, come on, why don't we have one yet? I don't understand. Of course, since we had Nosepaws, which is kind of like the Easter Island statues and stuff like that, there would a tiki Pokemon would be absolutely perfect in this theme. What I hope to see is a Pokemon that can evolve with either a Moonstone or a Sunstone into something completely different. What I think would be fun if it's like, let's just say it's a dog. Like, this is no speculation, but like, just to explain. It's a dog. For their second evolution, it can either use a Sunstone or a Moonstone, and then after that, there's another evolution, so either a Sun or a Moon second evolution. I would like that type of triangle thing to happen. Please let that happen, because I think it would be awesome. Solrock and Lunatone, will they be back? Will they have a part in this? One thing I would really like to see is a town where Clefairy get worshipped. like a moon town where Clefairy get worshipped and there's Clefairy everywhere. What about a fucking spaceship? Am I rambling? Maybe. But what about a fucking spaceship area? I am so down. I'm hoping for around 180 to 100 new Pokemon. I hope there won't be a new evolution. I'm okay with not having a new evolution. The character customization is something I also want to talk about real quick. They showed some of the character customization. At least there's one new skin and hair color. That's good. And I'm hoping there will be like the hairdresser thing again, like there was in X and Y and that kind of stuff. What I really want is just a good story, a lot of like canon that we can just like dive into and just a good time. I'm just really excited to play the game. I hope you didn't mind my rambling. I'm just gonna quickly go through some questions that I got. You know, I'm not a Pokemon expert, so bear with me. Will it be too difficult to understand if I haven't played any since Red, Blue, and Yellow? No, of course not. Pokemon is like one of the most accessible games ever. It's so easy to get into it, even if you haven't played Red, Blue, and Yellow. Everything gets laid out for you, even if you've already played it. New players, no problem. Play it. Try it. Also try the older games, they're fun. Speculation on final typings for starters and legendaries. I kind of already talked about that. The legendaries, like I said, maybe they're gonna introduce a light type. I hope not. Otherwise, maybe dark and fairy. We already had a fairy last time though. I don't know, it's difficult. I can't really picture like a typing that suits them best for some reason. I don't know why. Why Rowlet is objectively the best one? Because it's a fucking owl with a bow tie. There you go. How many rivals friends you might have in this one and if they'll play a bigger role in the overall story? I think this story is gonna be family and friend based. I think there will be more family and friend stuff happening in this game and I'm excited about that because usually there are just some people on the side. I mean, this is just a speculation. It's something I hope for at least. Like in X and Y, you had different rivals who all had different intentions and I would love to see that again and learn some more about their backstories and just have fun with it. That would be great. I would love that. Yeah, I think that's all I have for now. I'm sorry for the rambling. You know me, I ramble and I just like talking about Pokemon in general, so that's what I do. If you have anything to add, anything to ask, just throw some comments in here. And oh, before I forget, I started a Discord server for Pokemon lovers all around the planet. I will post a link for that down in the description. Come join, come talk about Pokemon, come battle and fucking trade and do whatever you want because Pokemon is the best. And until my next Slowpoke video where I will discuss the news a week later because that's how I roll.